Okay, I'm getting ready to do a video on delays, and I got a little bit of an issue, and I thought I'd do another video. So this is about how to find problem areas in a mix. Now, take a listen to this here. We're going into a guitar solo where I'm concerned about the delay emphasizing something kind of like a bad artifact. So take a listen here. You hear that? I don't like it. It doesn't fit the mood right there. I mean, there are other times, and I think I just did a video on this, where some other I loved. So, you know, your mileage always varies on this business, but let's just take a listen and see if we can't find that. Okay, and so what I do, I guess I already did it here. Let's undo it. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to start cutting. And I'll kind of do it by looking. This song was done to a click. And so I know I've got like a beat. There's a snare there. There's a kick, it looks like right there. So I don't really know where we're going to start. You never really know with this stuff exactly, but let's just take a listen. It looks like the first chunk right there is crappy. So I'm just going to cut it, and I'm going to mute it. And so that won't be there. And the idea here is I want to make sure that none of my good notes is being cut off, but or at least I'm hoping to. I'm kind of guessing right now, but the goal is to hear only good notes so I can identify exactly what the problem is. This works really well with de-essing if you're doing it manually as well. By going in and just chopping out the S, you can easily find it. And of course, you have to still deal with it, but this is just an issue of finding the location. So let's hear this soloed. Okay, so I cut off too much good stuff, so let's just assume maybe it's that slide-in junk I don't like. Okay, so now we're getting a little closer, but here's the first thing. I haven't soloed this track yet, so let's turn it back on and see if this is even the offending thing. Well, it's not. And so that's just another good clue. By doing it this way, by soloing and then chopping out individual pieces, we figure out that there wasn't even this track doing it at all. And now when I look at these other lead guitar tracks, we got a little trail off guy, so let's see what he's doing. Okay, we have a wow, harmonic-y kind of vibrato deal, and we got this crap. Now, I could probably just, we may not get away with it, but we may. Let's just go ahead and mute it. Now, I see we have another, but let's just, okay, that's obviously too fake, but it also, let's hear it in context now. It also solves the problem, so. And we're still hearing more, and that's because we have another lead guitar track up here. Let's do the same. We'll just nuke it. Okay, well, so now the problems are gone, but we have a new problem, and that the getting out of it's really artificial sounding. So, all what I was doing here was to find them. Now I know where the problem is. I could scrape up more subtle ways of doing it, and from here, I'm just going to go do this, and let's do a little crossfade. You know, nothing too advanced with this kind of stuff. The point here is it's good to, well, one solo track's when you're trying to find stuff. I mean, that's kind of an obvious deal. You don't need me to tell you that. But the other one is just to go ahead and just chop the damn things out. Be too aggressive and work your way back in. And you'll usually find in these kind of cases that it's faster and easier to work from a position of chopping out too much and then slowly bringing in the stuff you want, as opposed to sitting there being too worried about a noise being cut off. It always varies between, you know, what you're doing, but... All right, let's back up a little bit, get some context. That's the other thing that's a big deal. And that's maybe a little bit too abrupt, but I might be able to come up with something cool to kind of emphasize that solo. I don't know, like a cool noise or whatever. But for now, I'm just going to extend these a little bit there. And so that's more like... shit, so, excuse me, stuff. It's 106 degrees here in Missouri. My brain's fried, I'm sorry. Okay, and I can live with that. So, remember, solo, cut out too much junk, and then bring it back in as you feel the need. All right, guys, thanks.